I'm Shá Duncan Smith. I'm the Associate Dean of Diversity, Inclusion, and Community Development at the college. So I knew I'd been thinking a little bit too much about my remarks about building an inclusive community when I woke up from a nightmare about leaving someone or something out. So right now I want to own that in every word I have weighed today, I've done so with each one of you and all of your uniqueness in mind and all the nuance that comes with the wide range of human difference and how we maneuver and engage in this world and environment on a daily basis. If I have left anyone or anything out, blame it on my head and not my heart and the 3 minutes that I have to speak to you. So I have a friend who is holding his infant daughter in his arms, and his 2.5-year-old son says to him, "Daddy, put Sissy down and pick me up." My friend bent down and picked up his son while he was holding his infant daughter, and he held both children in his arms. He then turns to his son and he says, "See, son, someone else doesn't have to be put down in order for you to be lifted up." I cannot begin to think of a better illustration that I could paint for you right now when I think about what we're trying to model here at Swarthmore College on our journey to building an inclusive community. I've been here close to 1 year, and on my listening tours, I continue to hear the need for a deep sense of belonging and interconnectedness across the entire college community of students, faculty, staff, departments, centers, alumni, and more. I have heard the call across the community for the essential needs to thrive at Swarthmore to be lifted up. And in these conversations with students, faculty, staff, alumni, and community partners, if I could channel my inner Oprah and say to you all, you're included, and you're included, and you're included, and look on your chair, you're included, I would. It sounds silly and it makes us laugh, and while I mean it, I also realize that just saying it is hollow. It's ineffective. Everyone can come up with the rhetoric, but doing it is something else. And for us to be able to build this inclusive community, we need the resources to do it. Along with the resources, we need to understand that our shared vision and what our shared vision is of and what this community, inclusive community looks like or what it could be. Our shared vision, or what I like to call our blueprint to build, or our blueprint before we build, has been informed by our various campus assessments, studies, and continuing committee work over the years. And what I have found in my quest for ways to approach this work in many college settings and at Swarthmore is that an inclusive community, and in an inclusive community, we don't always agree. It's not always positive. Discourse and decisions in an inclusive community will not always be welcomed or agreed upon. And the building process will not be easy. But anything we want bad enough, we have to work hard for. An inclusive community does everything that it can to respect all its members. It gives them full access to resources and promotes equitable treatment and opportunity. An inclusive community works to eliminate all forms of discrimination. It engages all its members in decision-making processes that affect their lives. It values diversity, equity, inclusion, and equity-mindedness. Building an inclusive community means promoting access, enhancing inclusive classroom experiences, building on our inclusive pedagogy, creating an inclusive and accessible environment, engaging in inclusive sustainability practices, and developing inclusive leaders. Building an inclusive community means providing resources to enhance and leverage the daily work of our departments and programs and our identity-based centers, programs, and initiatives. Building an inclusive community means being self-aware. Have to spend time on that. Just let that sink in. Being self-aware and critically conscious of our own identities, backgrounds, and perspectives, and focusing on our interconnectedness while having fun. If it involves me, it's going to be fun. And believing the best of intentions in everyone through it all. As we learn together, grow together, make mistakes together, forgive together, play together, create together, innovate together, and build together. Together, we will prioritize building an inclusive community by increasing access through financial aid, continuing to build on the Dean's Discretionary Fund so that students can contend with the social determinants of higher education. Increase the resources for faculty and staff to promote co-curricular initiatives on this campus, and also enhance professional development funding so faculty and staff can provide inclusive classrooms and living spaces for students. To provide opportunities for faculty, staff, and students to communicate, engage, and innovate together. I look forward to continuing to serve as a resource as we work collaboratively to build Swarthmore's beloved and inclusive community. Thank you for your time.